Hello everyone, welcome on in. My name is Alex of the Creative Llama. If you see the red live box that's right here, that means I'm live. But if you don't see it, you are just catching the replay. Come on in and comment the word women, W-O-M-E-M-E-N, because we're going to use this transfer. So this one is called Virtuous Women. So it says, sacrifice like Esther, love like Ruth, serve like Martha, pray like Hannah, believe like Mary, and dance like Miriam. So we're going to use this. We have a brand new little surface here. So we're going to use all of this tonight. So when y'all pop on, say hey. Let me get this shared over into the broadcast channel. I don't know if our comments are working again tonight, so just bear with me. Let me get this shared and then we are going to get started. But I hope everybody is having a fabulous Wednesday. I keep thinking today's Thursday. For whatever reason, all day long, I've been thinking today is Thursday. All right, getting this shared, and there we go. Hopefully we get some friends in here. All right, so this is the transfer we're using. We are going to do a little bit of watercoloring or painting with this guy, but here is kind of my thought process. I think I'm going to do this in like a dark brown. We're going to stain it with a dark brown, and then we might go on top of it with white or vanilla. So I'm going to use, I think, burnt umber for this. So let me find my burnt umber. There it is. Okay, so we're going to use burnt umber, and we're just going to do the baby white method. I was struggling with the background of this. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. And I thought, we're going to stain the back and the frame in the burnt umber, okay? So, hi Tammy, hi Jamie, hello Karen. All right, little bit of paint and a baby wipe, and let's get this on here. So I asked earlier today, I was live over on TikTok this morning. Shout out to those of you who joined me over there this morning. I asked y'all what we should do tonight, and it was kind of like a truck project should be done. So that's what we're doing. I did go over on TikTok. I did my first TikTok live this morning. We are packing up orders. Hi, Jill. We are packing up orders, and we just hung out for a little bit. Hi, Jamie. Hello, Maria. Maria, how did your big presentation go? All right, getting this on here. And I think what we're going to end up doing is I might distress a little bit with like a darker brown and maybe black. I'm not quite sure if that's what I want to do. Comments are not updating over here, so. Alrighty. Pulling that across. Let's get this covered. Hello, Pam. Hi, Tammy Lopez. All right. Then we have like our scallop or what would you call these? Bubbles? Pearls? Bead. There's the word I'm looking for. Beaded frame. I think I'm going to do this in brown. Hi, Michelle Mears. In brown also, but I think I'm going to sand everything down to kind of give it a little bit more definition. I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. So let me grab another baby wipe. Hi, Diane. And a foil sheet. Put this out over here. And let's get this stained. Melinda, hello. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Karen. I was going to say good morning. It's not morning time. It's evening. How are y'all doing? What are y'all up to? How was your Wednesday? It's been busy around here. My mom came over today and she made some ribbon bundles for us for our ribbon bundle show at the end of the month over on Whatnot. There's going to be some Christmas bundles. There's some summer, patriotic, Easter. She was over here a busy bee. So she's been working on ribbon bundles for y'all. Yes, our keyword is women. So we are going to use a chalk transfer tonight that is called Virtuous Women, which is why the keyword is women. So there's that. Okay, so hi Barbara. It's going to look like this, okay? We are gonna sand the beaded part here in a little bit, but let's get this completely dry. And we'll see if we need to do another coat. I'm thinking of distressing the backboard and like a darker brown. Christmas ornaments. We could do like a Christmas ornament box on Whatnot. I don't have a problem with that. Recover from getting a 4. Oh my goodness. I've had that. But yay for crafting. All right, drying everything. Hello, Sharon. What do y'all think? Should we just... I am just knocking everything in my path today. So here is our frame. Now you could totally do the background a different color and the beads in a different color, but I kind of wanted I want the transfer to stand out and I didn't want the focus to be on the frame, right? So just to give a little bit of texture, but we are going to distress. But I think what I might end up doing, I don't know if I want to sand or like use like a dark brown or a black to distress the beads. But I am going to do something with the background. I think we're going to do our little kitchen sponge method. And we're going to use a bittersweet chocolate. Thank you. Yeah, so this frame should fit any 8.5 by 11 transfer, so size B. But we're gonna just distress a little bit. So I'm gonna pick up using my kitchen sponge. I'm gonna offload it. And I'm going to do this very lightly. So let me get all the room. Thank you, Tammy. He's still very congested. Still very congested. You might hear him coughing. He's sitting at the table, the computer, working on the project for tomorrow. And y'all, it's going to be a patriotic thing. And I'm really excited about it. So we're just going to add a little bit here just to give it a little bit of texture, I guess you could say. Easter is this weekend. Are y'all ready for Easter? Oh, I just ripped a big old hole in that foil. My bad. All right. We're going to chalk on this. So it doesn't need to be too distressed, but I feel like that adds a little bit of something to the background. There's Boone. Y'all hear him? Barking at another dog for being in their backyard. All right. There's that. So now let's check it out. My mom got a package of just the green rough part from Dollar Tree. Really? Okay, so there's what we have, just a little bit. I think I'm going to sand the beaded part. But I want to I don't want to do that all. I don't want to glue that yet. Because I want to make sure I put my transfer where I want it. So let's sand the beads. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of time, but you want to be really light because you don't want to apply too much pressure and then break it. So I am just going to sand these down ever so slightly. I'm going to just go over the top of it. And then the edge. And then on the inside. Just having a quiet one at home, hubby and I. That's nice. I bought sponges yesterday. You need to try it. It is amazing. I like it so much better than the chippy brush. So, try it and let me know. All right, so I want the edges of my beads to be distressed, okay? I'm having to hold it down pretty tight so I don't break them. I better knock on wood. Hi, Erin. I better knock on wood because y'all know what that means. I'm probably going to break them. All right, let's wipe these down and let's see what they look like, okay? The frame is, hold on. I don't think I put the dimensions of the frame on the listing. And I probably should do that. Let me get this wiped down and then I'll measure it for you. All right, let's see how this looks and see if it needs a little bit more. And the whole point is for not the beads to stand out, right? I want the transfer and the flower to stand out for itself, but it does need a little bit more. But you could do, I mean, you could do a gold frame. I mean, you could really do this however you want to. I was struggling with a little bit with the colors that I wanted to do, but I think that looks good, okay? So the frame size is, this is 12 3/4 by 10 1/4. Okay, but then you have the beads on there, which kind of makes the working space a little bit smaller. So we're going to use this transfer. This one is called Virtuous Women. This is a newer transfer that just came out. So it says, sacrifice like Esther, love like Ruth, serve like Martha, pray like Hannah, believe like Mary, and dance like Miriam. So this is what we are going to use today. I'm going to wax my surface. So I'm going to get out my surface wax. And then let's chalk it. So a little bit of wax. You can over wax, but just a little bit does go a long way. Okay. We'll chalk the whole thing and then we'll do the flower, okay? Because we got to paint that as well. But what are y'all having for dinner? We're very quiet tonight. That's okay. It's the middle of the week. We're tired. I know I am. So the hardest part of this is going to be lining up the transfer exactly how we want it. So this is where you need to put, and I'm telling myself this, my patient pants on and line it up exactly how I want it. So fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. I just used burnt umber to stain the frame. Tacos for us, I think that's what we're gonna have. Alrighty, lay this down. The heck? Boone's hair is all over it. And we're just gonna lay it down and then we are just going to figure out where we want it and if it's straight. I should probably stand up for this so I can see above it. I actually think that looks pretty dang good. I feel like that's pretty straight. Pigs in a blanket and French fries for dinner. Yum. Pork chop and vegetables. Chicken Alfredo stuffed with pasta. Summer sausages, fried potato. Ooh, that sounds good. All right, we're going to push this down. So my next question is, should we chalk it in white? Tired tonight. I had 2 doctor's appointments today, another appointment in an hour to find. Oh my gosh, Miss Kimberly. I was just talking about taxes this morning on my TikTok live. I was saying that I don't want to be a grown-up anymore. No, I don't want to be a grown-up anymore. Should we go vanilla, which is going to be a softer look, or should we go bright white? What do y'all think? And I totally forgot to mention, if you are a Perks member, well, one, you need to become a Perks member because when you sign up, you're going to get the color of the month for free. And then you get to take advantage of the Perks member discount that's happening, the 30% off, plus it's buy one, get one free. Buy one transfer, get one free. So if you are not a Perks member, you need to become one. I'm just saying. Moco Loco egg hamburger. What is Moco Loco? Vanilla. That's what I was thinking. I'm so glad they came out with vanilla because sometimes bright white is just a little too harsh for a project. And I'm going to chalk everything in the vanilla, but then we're going to clean it, and then we're going to go back on top of the flower. Okay. So we're going to go in here, and we are going, let me just double check before I commit to that and then regret it. Okay, we're good. Pulling this across. Now you could do the bold words in a different color. I kind of thought maybe doing that in Nominee, which we can go back over it if we need to. That would be pretty, but I'm going to chalk everything. So that way, when we go to glue our flower, we know exactly where it's going to go. You don't have to chalk this part, but we are going to cover it up. So if that bothers you, then just don't chalk it. Okay. I also thought like painting the base and the frame in eucalyptus and doing gold lettering, that would be really pretty. But my eucalyptus was dry. So we're going to pull that off. And you could leave it just like this. Right? You don't have to go in. You don't have to add the flower cutout. You don't have to add anything. You could leave it just like this and call it a day. Okay, so let me show y'all. Like if you did it just like this, that's how it would look. And I know it's backwards for y'all, but I think that's pretty. I'm gonna put this over here. Let's clean our transfer really quickly. That way we can do the flower, and then we'll paint that, and then we'll glue it, and we'll be done. It's a pretty easy project tonight. Not a whole lot to it. But this dang drawer keeps getting stuck. And I don't know where my other sponge went. All right, let's clean this off. That looks good. Wipe this down. Turn it over. Hold on. Okay, you're fine, Miss Sonia. I hope everything's okay. Y'all be safe. Okay, and then we are going to scrub the back. Like so. Wipe it down. And then I'm just going to lay this over here. So here is my next dilemma. Okay, so we have maybe not. Where the heck did my flower go? Y'all, I lose things constantly. It's over here somewhere. I literally just had it. Hold on. Well, shoot. Y'all, where'd my little flower go? There's a flower cut out. I literally just had it. I don't know. My aunt had oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Well, y'all be safe driving. Take your time. I'm so sorry. All right, here it is. Found it. Okay, so here's my little issue. Okay, this is going to have a little. Hi, Christy. That's okay. This is going to have a little bit of an outline. So when I go to put it on, right, we're gonna be able to chalk it, but around the edge of the flower, there's going to be the smallest outline. So, and I don't like sometimes how if we were to paint this like white or in vanilla, that outline is showing sometimes. So should we paint this brown, or should we paint it vanilla? What do y'all think? Because then we're going to go in and we're going to chalk. We're going to paint in the flowers and all of that, and then we're going to go in and chalk on top. So what do y'all think? We could keep it like this, but I think it needs a little bit of color and stuff like that. So should we paint this vanilla or brown? So then if it's brown, it kind of blends in with the background. Or we can paint it vanilla and it'll pop a little bit more. Thoughts? What do y'all think? It's going to be hard. I went to the eye doctor and oh no! My son was, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Miss Sonia. I'm so sorry. Vanilla, Kimberly says vanilla. So we want it to pop a little bit. Vanilla to vanilla. Okay. Miss Janice says brown. So here's the thing. I'm going to paint the background whatever color we decide. Then I'm going to go in, I'm going to chalk the outline of the flower. I'm going to chalk this exact thing. Then we're going to go in and we're going to paint it. Then we're going to go back and chalk the details again. So then it looks like flowers and leaves. Does that make sense? So if we paint the edge in vanilla, we're going to see the vanilla part. Hi, Lorna. All right, we'll go vanilla. Let's go vanilla. Okay, so I'm going to use just what's in my lid. I'm going to spray a little bit of water. Hi, Ruthie. A little bit of water just to thin it out a smidge. Okay. And let's just go in and cover this up. It doesn't need to be completely perfect because the majority of it is going to be, we're going to paint it and the majority of it's going to be covered up anyways. We just need to make sure really that the edges are nice and covered. So getting this on here like so. Hi, Ellen. Long time no see. What are we making? We are doing a little chalk project called Virtuous Women. So I made a little beaded frame for it. That's going to be like a little picture frame sign. And you can paint it however you want to. I really think the eucalyptus background, like paint your background and your frame eucalyptus. Ooh, I should have done this. Distress the frame in a little bit of gold, then chalk and vanilla. I might have to remake this because now that I'm thinking it through, I'm thinking of a really pretty piece. We might have to remake this. All right, I'm going to go back over this. This is the vanilla color, the chalk paste. I know I said it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're going to cover it up. All right, let's try this. But I am going to paint with, I know. I'm going to have to remake it, I think. Yep. I just needed a few minutes to really think about it. All right. So now we're going to take this. We're going to fuzz it well. And I'm going to just chalk the flower, the outline of the flower, to give us our lines to paint. We'll clean this guy again. And then we'll chalk it again. Okay? So, line it up. And we really just need to paint the greenery and the two flowers. Okay, so now let's chalk it in. We'll just go Dune. Dune's always like my outline color for whatever reason. You can use whatever color you want to do your outlines. I'm just making a giant mess. Ugh. I got paint all over my hands. Alrighty, we'll just use this guy. So this is going to give us our outline to paint. So we're going to go over this. Pull this up. Okay. So y'all see how now we have the outline. Now when we go into paint, we're going to know exactly where the colors go. If I can close my jar, spray with a little bit of water, board eraser, clean the front, turn it over, and clean the back. All right, that's clean. We're gonna let this dry over here. And we're gonna pull this back out and we're going to paint it. Now, I didn't wax, and so some of my paint got pulled up, but it's gonna be fine. Now, this is where you could use your chalk paste to paint if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna use my regular acrylic paint. Since that's what I prefer to paint with anyways. But you could use your chalk paste. I'm going to use marigold. We're going to use marigold, and then we're going to use a green color. Let's go fairway green. Should we go something a little bit darker? What do y'all think? Should we do like a dark green or a like a lighter green? We got eucalyptus leaf. That might be pretty together. We'll do that. I know Maria's probably so excited right now that I pulled out eucalyptus leaf. All right. So I'm going to use some paint brushes to do this part. Let's go here and here. So I'm just going to fill the caps of my paint bottles and use that. Okay. And then let's go in and we're just going to paint inside the lines. That simple. So it's going to look a little scary, but I've shown y'all this technique or this method a few times lately, and it usually always looks great. You could go in and you could do different shades of green. But yes, go grab your transfers. Perks members, they are buy one, get one. Hello?
Hey.
You can come say hi. Hello to all your ladies.
Hello, ladies.
After I did all of this, I realized the color scheme that I wanted to do. Like I thought about doing,
Yeah.
but I couldn't like finalize the details, and I finalized the details while I was live, so I might have to remake it and show them a different way to do this.
What colors were you thinking about?
So painting the frame eucalyptus,
Yeah.
then like doing the frame and the backboard in eucalyptus, then distressing this in gold, and then doing the same color wording, but then here it would all be gold, the bold words.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that.
I should have done that. They're all saying hello.
Your comments working now or no?
No.
Still not updating?
It's still not updating on my computer.
Well, that's dumb.
Yep.
Is it because it's minimized? Or, I mean, I'm just...
No, it's Facebook. It's a Facebook issue. This has happened before. Usually you get it fixed within like a day.
Uh-oh. I didn't know that was over.
But they didn't this time. That's okay, Dawn. You're here too. You're here now. That's all that matters. I probably should have used 2 different grains, but it's okay.
Don't forget the wax.
Yeah, can you tell where I didn't?
Yeah.
On the edges?
I see it.
I was being lazy.
Gotta wax and hydrate your paisleys.
All right, going in with this eucalyptus leaf. And covering all this up. It's a little tedious, but it's going to come together, y'all. You could do black even. You could do your outline in black. It's whatever you want to do. You should do a whole live with your bro. Should I? Did I do it? I didn't even realize I did it. We were eating dinner, then washing the dishes. I feel you on that, Miss Dawn. I'm somebody who I do not like dishes sitting in my sink. I don't like it. I'm not one that like lets them pile up. It drives me nuts. So I get it. Oh, you're so sweet, Miss Ruthie. I think he is feeling better. Well, he's still very congested, but you know, I told y'all last night how he slept wrong. Or the night before. And his neck was hurting really bad. That seems to have, I mean, he's still in pain, but not as much. Like he was turning his whole body to look at me. Now he can turn his neck a little bit. All right. There we go. Okay, so what color should we do the flowers? I was thinking just marigold, but do y'all have any other recommendations for flower colors? We could do purple. I mean, we could do whatever color. We could do purple and yellow. I'm just looking to see if there's any spots that I missed. Did you do? I sent you. I did not miss Rebecca. I'll have to go back and check. There's something going on with Facebook. I've had people tell me I've sent you a message and I cannot find it. I'll go back and look though. What do y'all think? Miss Diane says peaches and cream. I should have known that was coming. Let's see. Where is my peaches and cream? Right here. Pink, purple. We have peaches and cream. I think, ooh, you know what? Pink and purple might be really pretty with like the brown background. Let's try that. Karen says orange and yellow. Hi, Gail. Let's try that. So let's go over to our purples. I'm going to do like a light purple. So I'm going to go in with light orchid. And then let's go in with... I did a terrible job cleaning that transfer. Holy smokes. And then let's go in with, you know, the first color I picked was cotton candy. I have not checked them yet, Miss Sonia, but I will go back and I will look if you want one. I'll do my best to remember, but as long as you commented, I should be able to see it. It seems like now that we're commenting words and not numbers to claim, that I'm able to see everybody's comments. I think that's too light, right? So purple and peaches and cream. Ooh, those are pretty. Let's do that. Okay. Done. Man, Miss Maria's happy. I bet she's happy I used eucalyptus. Diane's going to be ecstatic that I'm using peaches and cream. And all of my purple lovers. Ooh, which, by the way, the color of the month is a shimmer purple. And you can get it for free when you become a Perks member. Just saying. All right. So we're going to go and we're going to do this small one right here in Light Orchid. Boone says hello. He's being a naughty boy outside. I'm making everyone happy today. That's a rarity around here. That's okay. Okay, y'all, I need y'all to tell me. Tomorrow's Thrifty Thursday. And what we've been doing recently is I've been doing inserts for y'all for interchangeables. So I need to know, what interchangeable are y'all wanting? Are y'all wanting bench sets? Are y'all wanting... which I need to paint a new base. Are y'all wanting like the 5.5, the more rectangular inserts that I've had? Not the 6x6, but the rectangular one. I could do jar inserts, but I've given you all the jars that I have for the most part. Or do y'all want like a brand new interchangeable? You want the bench? Hi, Darlene. All right, then we're going to go in with our peaches and cream. So y'all let me know. I'm open to whatever. Ooh, these two colors are pretty together. Those are going to pop on that brown. Oh, yeah. I'm giving y'all pretty much everything I have for the window, too. There's not really any, there's might be one or two new ones, but I've shown y'all all the window inserts that I have. So there's not really any new windows either. I think there's one, maybe two that she just came out with. So that's the only thing with the windows, is it's not going to be anything new. It'll be stuff that's on the website. So keep that in mind if you want window. There's not a whole lot of inserts like the basket and the circle frame and the square. I think the only thing I have that's new for the window is a spring one. That's it. Yes, Gail, I did 2 of those last week. I had a Mother's Day one, and then we had, where is it? Then we did this one. We did that last week. I could do more of these. I could do more. Ooh, that'd be fun. We could do more sets of these where they fit into the interchangeable tag. They fit into the interchangeable round right here and the fence. Oh gosh, I'm going to knock that over. I'm so lucky I didn't. That's the only thing with the window is, which I have no problem offering the spring window insert. But everything that the creator has, like the files that she has made for that, I've shown. That's the only thing. The tag and round. And there are a lot of those that I could have. Hi, Billy. Miss Billy, I packed one of your orders on my live this morning. So if y'all didn't know, I chatted about it earlier. I did my first TikTok live today. The tag. Okay. I did my first TikTok live and we just packed orders. Some of y'all were there. It was fun. But Miss Billy was one of the ones that I packed. Miss Robbie, I packed hers on live. Who else? Donna Deek. I think Miss Gail, one of your orders was packed live. The interchangeable round. Okay. We could do that. And then I'll print out. I'll cut the new window interchangeable. That way if you want to add it, you can, okay? You couldn't find me. Did you click on the link that I put in the broadcast channel? That's okay, Miss Stephanie. I appreciate you being there. Thank you so much. Alrighty, here we go. Last little bit. You saw it? Yay. Yay. I know people like on TikTok, I mean, especially if I go live during the day or at work, so I get it. So don't ever feel bad if you can't comment. But we'll be live again. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow, but probably on Friday. We will have First Dibs Friday on Friday. I already know what we're doing. And then we will have our Whatnot show on Friday. That's so weird, Miss Sharon. You can search the Creative Llama on TikTok and it should pop up. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you had just missed yours. All right, we're gonna line this sucker back up. And it's not gonna be perfect, and that's okay. I'm gonna stand up till I heard you on TikTok but couldn't see you. That's so weird. I wonder why. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna push down and I'm gonna do this in black. Okay. That was the first time you had been on TikTok. Well, I appreciate y'all hopping on, even if it was just for a little bit. I actually had a lot of fun doing that. Alrighty, do I know I have a smaller squeegee somewhere, literally right here. You have never been on TikTok before? Be careful, it's addicting. If you like Reels on Facebook, TikTok is like Facebook Reels, but I don't know. I mean, it's very similar to that. All right, I'm going to do this in black. A little bit. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm just trying different things. You know, I just like with Whatnot and TikTok, I'm just trying all sorts of things around here. So, look at that. Okay, the peaches and cream and the purple were Chef's Kiss, the perfect idea. What do y'all think? That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. There's the British accent. That is so pretty. You can see where I missed little bits of pieces, but that's okay. On my painting, that's okay. We're not all perfect around here. All right, I am going to take my baby wipe. I'm going to spray this down just a little bit, and I'm going to wipe all that off so it's a little bit less messy to clean up. I mean, look at all of that. That is one tip I will tell you. If you are cleaning up white, black, red, or the cadet color, take a baby wipe to the top and wipe it off. Okay, I think this is going to be really pretty, y'all. I know I was talking the eucalyptus, but I think this is going to be gorgeous. Yes, Miss Gail, yay. All All right, spray with water. And then we're going to scrub the front, or we scrub the back. That looks good. Wipe all this down. I'm obsessed with that. I think that's going to look really pretty with the brown. All right. Sticky side up. I'm going to take my transfer backer sheet. There's a yellow side, white side. You're going to do white side to sticky side. And just line it up and push down. And then I am going to wipe this down. Okay. And it's perfect for us to use again. I love this. Y'all. I love this. Ah. That is really pretty. Those are the most perfect colors for this. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's glue our frame. Okay. I'm going to stand up to make sure I center it correctly. Okay. Push this down. And then this is going to go right on top. Now, this is not a necessary piece. I did it because it just adds a little bit of dimension to the piece, but you could absolutely just do the same exact thing like I did with the paint and all of that on here. You don't have to have this piece, or you could save this piece and do it with something else. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to give y'all the word to claim in just a second. Okay. Line that up and push down. Oh my gosh, I love this. Yes, Gail, it should. Look at that. What do y'all think? Even like a white background with like gold lettering would be really pretty. What do y'all think? This turned out way better than I expected. I wasn't so sure about the brown, and I came with the eucalyptus idea halfway through the live. But I really like this. I really like this. Okay, so this is how it's going to come. You're going to get the backer board, the beaded frame, the
ooh, so pretty.
The cutout to the flowers, and then you're going to get a leaning easel stand, right? So we're going to glue this to the back here in just a second. All of that's normally going to be $18, but it's 25% off tonight and it's going to make it $13.50. Okay? So if you want one of these, comment the word. Give me a random word.
Butterfly. I just made it up.
Comment the word. Well, I'm thinking that might be a keyword to something.
Oh, okay. Easel. I don't know.
Comment the word nail.
There you go.
Nail. Comment that word nail. And we're going to see if this sets up. If it doesn't, then I'm going to send like a big easel base. This is the leaning easel. But it's $13.50. Normally $18. It will only be $13.50 tonight. So if you don't grab it, you don't claim it. Yay, Linda, how perfect. See, Boone's excited about it too. Let this set up. Y'all, I need to go get my nails done. Goodness. That's on the to-do list for Friday. Okay. All right. We're going to put a little bit of glue in this slot. And are you doing, Alex? There we go. Okay. And it'll work. Yay! I wasn't so sure if I wasn't sure if it was going to be too top heavy. But check that out. What do y'all think? I love this. I love how this turned out. So, if you wanted a different color scheme, this is what I was talking about earlier. You could paint the frame, the beaded frame and the background in this eucalyptus color. Then take like a gold paint and distress the outside of the beads. Then you could do the vanilla and the words in gold here, and then do your colors over here however you want to. So I would do like a darker green and maybe like yellow or even a gold flower. But that's another option that you could do if the brown isn't tickling your fancy. All right, so you can comment the word nail. This guy's $13.50 tonight only. When I do this on my Thrifty Thursday tomorrow, it will be $18. So that is what I have for y'all. You have to comment also before midnight. I have some people who are commenting like 2 days later and like, well, don't I get the sale price I commented on the live? No, you have to be live with me, or I have to catch the replay before the end of the day to get the special price. That's a moat incentive to come back and check out my replays too. Yes, I am going to be on tomorrow morning at 9:45 a.m. We are doing something patriotic style, and I'm really excited about it. Like, really excited about it. I think it's going to be really cute. I don't know what Thomas came up with, but I gave him the file and he had to do his magic. But there is our craft for tonight. Are there any other questions that y'all might have for me? We did the Uncle Sam last night, and then our cutout of the week, I think, are somewhere behind there as well. But if there are no questions, I'm going to hop off. I know that my comments on my computer weren't working, so I'm sorry if you commented something and I missed it. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Look at all those people claiming. I love it. Just checking comments really quickly, and then I'm going to hop off. All right. This turned out gorgeous. And I actually am really glad that we did the vanilla outline instead of the brown. But if you do the brown, it would probably look even more like the flowers are floating a little bit. Okay? All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow morning at 9:45 a.m. Y'all have a great rest of your night, and I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.